Hey everybody, this is Brian with Bear Cards 34. Today I'm coming back with another sports card chat video. We may have a little bit of music in the background accompanying us. That is my daughter who is in her room singing some songs that she wrote and playing guitar. So if you hear some music in the background, that would be it. So we have a few things today. I'm going to open what's in this box right here. I also have a mail day and a couple other things to just kind of chat about. So to tell you about this box right here, this was from kind of a thrift shop here in Utah called Deseret Industries. It was $5, and I don't know what is in it yet. To tell you just a quick backstory on it, my parents just gave this to me. However, they had purchased it years ago. My mom isn't even sure when she bought it. She thinks it was within the last 5 to 8 years, she said, but they were doing some spring cleaning, and she found it and remembered that when she was at that store, she had seen some boxes of football cards, or sports cards, I should say. I'll show you. I started to open it when she gave it to me, and this is what was inside. So I just grabbed a couple because it's very tightly packed. Mike Piazza, rookie star. Raul Mondesi, an Anthony Carter 1,000 Yard Club, and a Greg Bell 1,000 Yard Club. So right as I started to see what was in there, I thought, I'll open it on my channel, kind of let you guys see what I get with me. And it looks like initially whoever had this was going to keep it and then change their mind and decided to donate it to the Deseret Industries thrift shop. So I have this Bo Jackson 10-cent dime sports magazine card, because these are probably some 10-cent cards, maybe a little more. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and open that and see what we get. And like I said, it's very, very full. You can see right here. Looks like a couple of the cards have penny sleeves. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and start this out. All right, so we got a Peyton Manning, C.J. Anderson, Khalil Mack, nice. Loved having him on the Bears for a few years. Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, LaShawn McCoy. So these are Prestige 2017. So, this would have been, 2017 or more recent. Darius Hayward-Bay, Antonio Brown. That's a 2017 as well. Stephon Diggs, 2017. Kelvin Benjamin, Torrey Smith. So yeah, lots of football cards. That's cool. Antonio Brown, standout numbers. Drew Brees, fantasy stars. Le'Veon Bell. These two cards look a little bit stuck together. Oh, look at that. Huddle Up, Steelers. Cool, with Ben Roethlisberger there. Got a 1987 Jack Trudeau. Ron Stark, All-Pro. Mike Haynes, great cornerback. Chris Hinton. Sean Jones. Ray Donaldson, Albert Bentley, Chris Barr, John Hand, Amir Abdullah, Topps Chrome. Kind of a nice little card there. I love the Topps Chrome. Oh, and look, that's a refractor, right? Yeah, very cool. We've got a Sandlot. Hashtag or shout out to Legends Never Die. Tommy, the Colossus of Clout. Cool. Dave Justice. That's cool. Donruss 90. Randy Johnson. That's his rookie card, right? Oh, a couple of them. So I assume, you guys can tell me I'm not so good with the baseball, but I'm assuming that's his rookie card, or else it's like after his rookie season. Dante Bichette. John Smoltz, rookie. Dave Stewart. Oakland A's. That's cool. All right, Steve Avery. Oh, hey, John Stockton. Part of my Utah Jazz PC. Very cool. All right, let's get another stack full here. I'll go through these a little quicker. Mike Schmidt. Ken Griffey Jr., nice. And another Ken Griffey Jr., so American League. And then we've got Ken Caminiti, Anderson, Caminiti, Anderson, Cecil Fielder, I remember him. Oh, that's kind of cool. American League, hologram. Sean Kemp, Ken Norton. Oh, wow. Okay, so lots of Ken Norton. I got a Steve Young, League MVP, Topps. That's pretty cool. It's got a dinged corner, but nice looking card. Drew Bledsoe, Trent Dilfer, Eric Drett, Jeff Blake, Barry Foster with the Panthers, Montana Super Bowl MVP, Montana. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, lots of Jow Montana Super Bowl MVP. I already had a few of these, but hey, why not a few more? Nice. Otis Anderson, 10,000 yards, milestone. Gerald Riggs, 89 Topps. We've got a Sean Kemp, triple threats. And, oh, nice. Topps Finest, Chris Webber. Lottery prize. So that's an insert card. Alonzo Mourning, USA Basketball. Another, whoa, okay, a lot more Montana. So these are this is a different Super Bowl MVP card, but lots of those. And another one. So Jow Montana Hot Box here. Wow. So just like a lot of us, this person opened a lot of Pro Set. All right, next up, okay, we got some more Montana. Oh, wow, look at that. Lots and lots of Montana and more Montana. Hey, I guess if you're going to get a duplicate, Montana's a good one. That'd be a really nice card to get autographed, I think. That'd show pretty well. Wow, that is a lot of Jow Montana. Well, nice. Okay, well, got a few of those now. There's a good one. I wonder if, yeah, okay. So, great. Hall of Famer Thurman Thomas. Bunch of those. And Jeff Hostetler. And, yeah, keeping in theme, we got a whole bunch of Jeff Hostetler, too. And, oh, nice. Okay. So, I think I mentioned I have a Barry Sanders duplicate book. So, I can add those to my Barry Sanders duplicate book. Nolan Ryan. That's pretty cool. It's got to be near the end of his career. Jerry Rice. A bunch of those as well. Wow. Yeah. That's cool. So, I mean, there's definitely some good names in here. Dikembe Mutombo Rejector. That's an insert card as well. Hakeem Olajuwon. We got Cal Ripken with the big head that they do. Kirby Puckett. Cool. What is this? Home Field Advantage, Galarraga. Wade Boggs. We got okay, more Montana. So this is oh wow, look at that. I think we got a lot of this too. Jow Montana Classics. So we got a lot of Jow Montana art cards. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot right there. Lots of Jow Montana. And it looks like you got Emmitt Smith. Another great player. That's a cool card. I don't think I had these, so that's pretty cool. Definitely have it now. All right. Next up, Ryan Sandberg in a penny sleeve. Kajana Carter Classics rookie. Wesley Person, all rookie. Jeff Bagwell, Lake Dawson rookie. Another Lake Dawson. Dennis Rodman. Another Dennis Rodman. And this card, yeah, this card has some stuff on it from this one. I think the Wade Boggs is probably okay in that, yeah, in that penny sleeve. I think that one's okay, so I'll take it out of there. I think, I don't know if there was something on the penny sleeve itself or if it was on the Rodman card, but that's pretty cool. Topps All-Star, 88 or 89. Eric Drett rookie, Eric Drett. Joey Galloway. And then we got some Score 95, Eric Drett. A lot of Eric Drett cards. Oh, hey, another Barry for my duplicate collection right there. That's cool. Let me just get the rest of these. And there's one more. There we go. Oh, that's cool. So I wonder if this guy was either a Bucks fan or maybe an Eric Drett fan. So this is Sportsflix 95. Kind of a cool card there. Another Barry for my, I don't know, maybe I don't even have that one. If I don't, that'll go in my, or if I do, that'll go in my duplicates. Defining Moment, Emmitt Smith Pinnacle. I know I don't have that card. Very cool. An NFC Checklist, and another NFC Checklist. Emmitt Smith, Collector's Choice. Emmitt Smith Proline Checklist. Got a Jow Montana, a couple Jow Montana checklist cards, another Jow Montana checklist card, and here's an actual Jow Montana photo on a card, and another one here with Kansas City. Did You Know Collector's Choice. Cool. A lot of Montanas. That's pretty cool. This is actually a little better than I thought it was going to be. Theo Ratliff. Got Hill. So Grant Hill's dad played in the NFL, Calvin Hill. Dennis Rodman. Mourning, Jason Kidd. Byron Scott. Gary Payton Honor Roll. That's really cool. I love the Skybox NFL draft picks. There's a sports card professor has a really good video on the best 1990 rookie cards, and I think that's the one he put at number 1. Those are really good. Childress, Patrick Ewing, Glenn Rice, Hardaway, Rodman, Glenn Rice again, Hardaway, Peyton. We got a rookie, Cherokee Parks. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Hardaway, Gary Trent, Jim Jackson. Yeah. Scottie Pippen, very cool. Honor roll card. Rice, Lawrence Moten, Kurt Thomas. All right, Clyde Drexler, Tim Hardaway, Bennett, David Robinson, Brent Berry, Elijah Pippen, Rasheed Wallace, Reeves, Ewing, another Emmitt Smith Classics, Pippen. Oh, that's cool. Magic Johnson Skybox. Cool to see that. Mourning, Robinson, Hardaway, Weber, another Dennis Rodman. Oh, something shiny. Oh, cool. Dan Marino, Skybox, Paydirt. That's cool. That's a nice card. Is that an insert? It is an insert. That's awesome. Then we got a Tony Gwynn. Another Gwynn. Gary Trent. Oh, wow. Well, I've certainly got some of these for a doubles book now. Barry Sanders. Awesome. And that's actually going to round it out. Wow, that's a lot of Barry Sanders right there. Very cool. Yeah. So that is what was in the box. I'm glad I opened that on camera. I know that was a lot of cards, but that was a lot of fun to go through. Definitely added to my baseball and basketball PC. I don't have a lot of basketball other than Jazz cards, so happy to get those. That was fun. Okay, next up I've got a couple eBay purchases. This first one here, I will show you, is, let's see, okay, this is just a little thank you for the bid on the note, and then the card in here is, if I can get it open, okay, it is right here. So this is a 2016 Score All-Americans, Brandon Cooks to 99. And that is why I bought it right there. Brandon Cooks to 99. Mr. Brandon Cooks to 99. So some of you may get the reference. Some of you may be wondering why I keep repeating myself. So there is a video, and it's horrible. I mean, it is horrible, but it's almost amusing to watch because of how obvious it is. But a few years back, there was a breaker who was doing a video, and they had a box. I mean, it was a box where you would open the top up, and it had just a few cards. It was a very high-end product. And so he opened the box, and as soon as he opened it, he must have seen a card in there that was just extremely good, because you see him kind of shut it and kind of get a little confused and fumble around. And then he opens it, and there were a couple other cards, and he kind of takes the cards out where you can't see them and kind of puts them off to the side. And then, and then he takes the first card. Okay, the first card here is, and he's like, Brandon Cooks to 99. And what he does, I'll include a link of this in case you haven't seen it, just to, it's terrible, but at the same time, like I said, it's hilarious how obvious it is. So then what he does is he takes the box and he covers it over the cards in the back, one of which had to have been just something awesome. And all he can think to say while he's fumbling around, so he's obviously back there taking the cards out and then replacing one of the good cards with another one. So he's blocked his camera, and he just keeps repeating, Brandon Cooks to 99, Mr. Brandon Cooks to 99. And then when he opens, when he removes it finally, the cards that were here have been moved up, and he's been fondling with them. He finally gets rid of the Brandon Cooks to 99 and shows two more cards that were, one of which was obviously not in that box. So he obviously replaced it with something else, but he repeats himself over and over with this. So check it out if you haven't already. I'll include a link to it in my video. But I just thought it'd be kind of fun to have a Brandon Cooks to 99, and now I do. All right, next up, in an earlier video, one of my good buddies, Burke, over at Burke Knowledge, he sent me this Walter Payton card as part of a rack. I was really excited to get that. I was really happy they included him in Mosaic this year. And so I got online, and I actually found a 3-card lot of Paytons, Mosaic Paytons from this year. And so I won with a bid of $6 to get these 3 Paytons. So I have the green. So now I've got the base, I've got the green, and then this one right here, this is the Man of the Year. And then I've got a pink of the base card, a regular version. And then also this orange reactive, which I really love the colors of that with the Chicago colors. I think that looks really, really sharp. So very happy to add those to the collection, to have some of the variations of Walter Payton, my all-time favorite player. So yeah, very happy to get those. Okay, and for my last mail day purchase, this is one that I picked up on eBay. I had put a bid in on this one as well, and I think I won it for about $6. Unless you're familiar with the University of Utah football team, you may not be super familiar with this guy, but this is Britton Covey. He was very much a fan favorite for the University of Utah football team, and he was actually a 3-time first-team All-Pac-12 player, once in 2018 and then also in 2020 and 2021. He was on the Utes for a long time. He actually left for 2 years to serve a mission for his church. So he's older now. He was an undrafted free agent but did sign with the Eagles, so I'm hoping he'll be able to make the team. When I went to the Rose Bowl in January, he returned a kickoff like 95 or 98 yards for a touchdown. It was awesome. He's just a great player. What's kind of interesting is his grandfather is Stephen R. Covey, who wrote the best-selling book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which has sold over like 40 million copies. That's his grandfather. And then his uncle, for some people, maybe some BYU fans from back in the day, they may remember, this is his uncle, Sean Covey, who was the starting quarterback for BYU in 1987 and 88. At the end of his junior year, he had a really serious injury to his knee, and so he had to retire. He couldn't play football again. But he's gone on to become a best-selling author as well. And, he was on, the old teams with Lavelle Edwards, who's one of the better coaches in college football history. Lavelle Edwards coached my guy Jim McMahon in college, Steve Young, Ty Detmer, some of those other BYU guys who are really well known. So anyway, I'm really, really happy to get an auto of Covey, just to have a card of him. Hopefully he'll make the Eagles, but even if he doesn't, I'm really, really happy to have, because just of all the memories from following him in his college career. One other thing I wanted to mention was just a shout out to Tariq Cohen. He was an awesome, very talented, versatile running back for the Chicago Bears for a few years, and he got injured back in 2020 and rehabbed for the last year and a half to come back. And he did leave the Bears. They did release him. He was a free agent, and he was really working to try to make a comeback. He had a really, really great article in the Players Tribune, I think is what it's called. That was quite thoughtful. He's had quite a challenging life. The last few years have been especially tough, and I was really rooting for him. And then he was doing a live workout streaming on Instagram Live the other day, and had a really serious injury. I think it's an Achilles injury. It was just so sad to see that, but he was just a great guy, and he's been through a lot. I'm hoping he can just, really persevere and get through this as well. But I just wanted to give him a nod. He was one of my favorite players for a while. I went to a game back in 2019 and got to see him play, and was really excited that, that I got to watch him play live. So anyway, just wanted to give him a quick shout out. Okay, and then last up for today, in my Throwback Thursday video the other day, I had mentioned that I didn't have the Pro Set Series 2 set from back in 92, and right around that time is when there were a lot of options available. I had been a set collector, and every few months it seemed like there were more and more and more and more products coming out, and it got overwhelming. It got to the point where I just couldn't keep up, couldn't afford to, didn't have time to, which is fine. I mean, it's nice to have choices and variety. No problem with that at all. But it was a lot for me as, growing up as a kid thinking, I want to get the sets. I want to complete those sets. I did, and obviously I'm back in the hobby now, but it was a little bit overwhelming. But, I was looking through, this is a Beckett back in 1998 with Barry on the cover. And right here is kind of cool because it actually shows all of the different covers of Barry Sanders with Beckett over the years. And a nice little artwork right there. And so I was looking though, and this kind of highlighted to me what I was talking about. So if you look here, this is the Beckett price guide. So starting with 48 Bowman way up here. And if you go from 1948 until around the time I was collecting, front and back, there's page 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 right here up to 91. And then all of a sudden, this is basically just 91 and 92. And right here, you're going to see more, 93 and just 94. And if you look here, just from 94 to 98, page after page after page, just one thing after another of different sets. And just, to me, this is a good example of what I meant by it just got to be pretty overwhelming. And so all of these are just those years from like 90, 91 or 92 all the way to 98, and you just see, so we basically have like 4 or 5 pages chronicling the 40s all the way until the the late 80s or the beginning of the 90s, and then just lots and lots of stuff right here, and it's great. It's fun. You can collect what you want, no problem with that at all, but that's kind of what I meant when I had said it got to be a little bit overwhelming. So anyway, when I got back into the hobby, I think that's why I really gravitated towards a term that I had never heard until I got back into the hobby, which was PC, or personal collection. That really is the way to go, right? Everybody has different things that they collect. Maybe it's a certain brand, a certain team, a certain player, a certain sport, whatever that is, And for me, I'm kind of eclectic. I like to collect numbered cards. I like to collect autographs. I like to collect Chicago Bears, specifically Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, other favorite players. I like to collect vintage, modern, ultra-modern. So it is all over the place, but the one thing they all have in common is it's not just random. My PC is cards that I like. Cards like these where I have an emotional connection to the player, or cards like the Brandon Cooks to 99. I mean, this is a guy, he's a great player. He's had 6 1,000-yard seasons in 8 years. He's also the first player in NFL history to have 3 straight 1,000 or consecutive 1,000-yard seasons with 3 different teams. Poor guy's been moving around a lot, but very good player. But, I just thought that was so funny on that video, that card gives me a little bit of a kick. And, this is a player that I watched play live and followed his college career. So even if he doesn't play it down in the NFL, this card will always have a connection to me in that sense. And so, that for me is what it's all about, collecting cards that I enjoy, And so these, for example, are something that I'm happy to add to my collection. And so I know everybody has their own PC potentially if you're collecting. And, that's one of the things I really like watching in the videos that I see from other people who are making content, is to see, what they love, what their PC is. I see people who PC certain teams, certain players, and, watching their journeys, it actually adds to my enjoyment of the hobby. If I see a card that I think another hobbyist might like, or even watching the games, seeing a team, do well of someone whose channel I follow, makes me, happy for them, unless they're playing the Bears, of course. So anyway, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching. If you stuck around till the end, I really appreciate that. I'll be back with more videos in the near future. And as always, I'll be back later, and go Bears.